All right, the next step we're going to do is number 7, and number 7 is where you experience what bleeding in watercolor is. Bleeding is when color migrates between two different sections of your painting because both are wet. I've started an area here to show you what it looks like when bleeding doesn't happen. And I've already painted this blue side and it's dry. So when I paint this yellow, there may be a tiny bit of bleeding, but it'll be minimal. So, and you can see, sure enough, there's just a tiny place where some of the blue is going into the yellow. I'm just gonna soak up that extra yellow. The longer it stays wet, of course, the more opportunity it has to bleed. Okay. So as long as I'm painting with yellow, I'm just going to go ahead and paint this section with yellow. And I'm going to use the same color I used there for this side, but this time it's going to be two colors that are wet next to each other. And I'll take away some of this extra little puddle of yellow so we get a true comparison. And I use this color. This is called blue-green, my personal favorite. So the blue-green looks fine over here. It's not doing anything I didn't expect. But as soon as I get close to the yellow, you'll probably see something happening. There it goes. I didn't put the brush over there. Remember I said that the paint follows the wet areas? And that's what happened. I didn't touch that. I just put some paint down right there and it just kind of jumped over right away to the next side. And this is what bleeding is. Sometimes you don't want that, but sometimes it can be kind of a happy accident. It's something you can't really predict, but sometimes it looks really nice and interesting. Other times you don't want that to happen. But in some of the plants, actually what's happening here is kind of similar to what happened here. But in the plants, sometimes, you know, there's these different areas where it's yellow and then it's green and they kind of blend in the middle. So accidents like this might be nice in something like that, or in a flower, or almost anywhere in your painting. But that's for you to decide. So that's what bleeding is.